Howdy, howdy. This is Mr. Elmhorst with the math lesson where we're going to take a look at solving one-step equations and develop this strategy to help us focus step by step how to go about solving and what to focus on. So the first thing we're going to do, how to solve the equation step by step. First, I want you to draw a line down through the equal sign. So down below, what that's going to do is it's going to separate the left side and the right side of our equation. So we have a left side and a right side to the equal sign. And we're going to keep that balance. So just go ahead, draw a line down through each one of these, find the equal sign, and then we're going to focus on doing things equal and keeping the equation balanced on the left side and the right side. All right, so next we're going to circle the variable term and the sign to the left of the variable term. So the sign to the left of the variable term is going to help us focus whether that term is positive or negative. So right here, n, the variable is right here. N is going to be positive on the left. All right, and then this variable term n is right here, and then also up on top we have the variable term n. So these are only one-step solving equations, and that's going to help us build up into 2 and 3 and 4-step equations. So now that we've identified the variable term, we're going to use inverses or opposite operations to help us start to solve them. And then lastly, we need the variable. We're going to write the solution as a variable, the symbol, and then the solution after we solve. All right, so how's that going to look? So now that we've identified the variable n, over here with the variable n, we have a -3. And we want to do the opposite of -3 in order to solve for n. So n, the variable term, comes down here. The equal sign is going to come down. And then whatever we do to the left side of this equation balance line, we're going to have to do the same thing on both sides. So on the left side, that cancels, and then 5 plus 3 is 8. So now we're left with n is equal to 8. And if we substitute that in there real quick, if we have -3 plus 8 equals 5, this value, 8 minus 3 equals 5, that equation balances out and it checks. So go down to the next one. So the variable term is on the left. So we're going to start solving over there, and with n minus 6, we're going to do the opposite or the inverse of -6. And when we do that on the left side, we're going to do that on the right side of the solving line. So -6 plus 6 will cancel. Then we bring the variable down, and then -8 plus 6. So this is negative. This is going positive. They're going in different directions. So we find the difference. So -8 plus 6, well, the difference is 2, and then there's more negatives. So the equation, the variable for n that makes the equation true is -2. And if we check it, undo that there. So we're going to take -2 minus 6 equals -8. So if we substitute -2 in there, and then we subtract 6, then we get more negative. So negative, and then ticking away, 6 is more negative, so that checks out. And here, this variable n is being multiplied by 4. It's saying we have 4 of them. So in order to separate equally, we're going to divide by 4, and we're going to divide both sides by 4. So 4 divided by 4 becomes 1. Now you're left with n equals 12 divided by 4, which is 3. Then we go over here and take out the letter n and put in 3, and we see that that checks out. So 4 times 3 is 12. And the last one, so this fraction line means division. So n is being divided by -4. So what's the opposite of dividing by -4? We're going to multiply this side by -4, and we're going to multiply this side by -4. So both sides of the equation sign, we're going to multiply both sides by -4. So dividing and multiplying will cancel, and then the negative and negative will cancel. So now you're left with n equals -2 times -4. So 2 times 4 is 8, and the negative times the negative is a positive. And one last check. So if we take 8 and we divide it by 4, 8 divided by 4 is 2, and a positive divided by a negative is negative. So this equation balances out. All right, thank you for joining me. Open your notebooks, glue this into your notebooks on the next open page. Do not skip a page.